Hey everyone, hello, welcome back to April's edition of the Thrifted Witch. This video is a little bit late in coming. It feels like just a constant that I'm saying, but I've been really busy at work. I work pretty much full time now. I certainly don't have the free time that I did used to enjoy, and today is actually Samhain, so blessed Samhain if you celebrate, and of course blessed Beltane if you're on the other side of the world. But last night we had our coven ritual, so I was sort of busy all day preparing and baking and just getting things ready, and so I was actually hoping to get this done yesterday, but it just didn't happen. The day got away on me. So yes, filming it today. So technically, today is it's the 1st of May, so we are running a little bit late, but you know, life is just a little bit crazy at the minute with work. We've got COVID, sickness, we've got a lot of staff off with COVID, and a lot of staff have left because they didn't want the vaccine. I have been mandated for the vaccine, so a lot of staff were like, no, not going to happen. So work's just a little bit crazy at the minute. Anyway, let's just crack on with April's thrifted finds. Now, there is nothing in this collection that is for my spiritual practice. Everything is homewares, and some of you might find it just a little bit boring, a little bit prissy, but I love everything. I've thrifted quite a lot of stuff this month, and I do need to keep a bit of an inventory of what I have, because I'm pretty sure I've forgotten something. A few things actually, but we'll just see. It may come to me as the video goes on. And I'm going to be taking you to various other parts of the house, because I've got stuff like in use and literally everywhere. I'm going to be taking you outside too. So before we crack on with that, I hope you are all doing well and you are enjoying your spring. The weather here has been glorious. It's been a beautiful start to autumn. The weather is just lovely. So it's cooler in the mornings and it's cooler at night, but the days are lovely and warm. Not hot, just lovely and warm. Just, you know, nice to sit outside and just enjoy the sun and the colours everywhere. It's just been absolutely glorious. It's a shame that winter has to come along and spoil it all, but there it is. But yeah, it's just been lovely. And I had a lovely ritual last night with our coven. We haven't been able to meet for a wee while because of COVID, and a lot of us work in healthcare, and we just decided it was best with the restrictions and things just to put things on hold for a little bit. So it was lovely to get together with everyone last night and have a lovely little ritual, and we always have a supper afterwards, and it was just glorious. Now, I'm also coming to you from a bit of a different filming location. I'm actually filming this in my bedroom. We've had a bit of a change around with the sleeping arrangements in this house, and if you've got a husband who snores, then you will know how gut-wrenching and awful it is when you get no sleep night after night after night. So hubby and I made the decision that we were going to have separate rooms permanently from now on. We both needed our own space to be able to have restful sleep. So it's taken a wee while, but I'm now in the big room. All my witchy stuff is in here. Hubby is in what was my witchy room, and he's got all his stuff in there, and it's working absolutely beautifully. We are both getting solid sleep every night, restful, therapeutic sleep. And it's something that we really should have done sooner. So if you can manage it, if you've got a spouse that snores and it's keeping you awake. I actually didn't realise how ill I was feeling just through lack of sleep, the both of us, because I would, you know, he would be snoring, so I'd be jerking him awake, so he wasn't getting proper sleep either. But I was actually saying to the girls last night, one of them has got a husband who snores and she's constantly tired, and I said, you know what, if you've got a room that you can set up for your own, go for it, because you don't realise how crappy you feel when you just consistently don't get enough sleep. Like, I just felt awful. Anyway, so I might do a bit of a room tour at some stage in the future, but for now let's just crack on with this because we're already 5 minutes in. Okay, so we'll just start with what's in front of me. I actually got this just a couple of days ago. I love bone English china. I love pretty things. I love sort of old-fashioned things. I'm really getting into vintage and sort of more of a cottage look in my house. I love it. So I picked this little darling up. I think it's actually, with the holes in the top, it's like a bit of a pomander. So I do have some lavender in here. I have this sitting on my dressing table to sort of scent the area. And it's by, I don't think I'm going to be able to show you on the camera, Royal Grafton, fine bone china, made in England. It's just gorgeous. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? It's so feminine and girly. My grandmother had all little bits and pieces like this, sort of all in her room. It just reminds me of her. So it's in lovely condition too. And I think I paid just a couple of dollars for it. But yeah, I thought it was just gorgeous. So I got that. I'm going to move through this quite quickly because otherwise this video is going to be way too long. The same day that I got that, I also picked up this really cool little stationery set as well. So it has this little pot and it's got a little slit down the side, so I'm presuming that this was to hold a roll of stamps or something to that effect. So I'm going to put stamps in here. I do still send letters every now and again, and just paper clips and things like that, but isn't it lovely with the little pansies on? Pansies are one of my favourite flowers. So it came with that. It came with a letter opener as well. I mean, technically you could use this in a witchcraft practice if you so wanted. It's very solid too. And it also came with a little sellotape holder as well. I thought that was really unusual and really pretty and lovely to sit on a desk if you're into a sort of a cottage English look. And yeah, I just thought it was lovely. So I think I paid $6 for that, and I've never seen anything like that before, so I snaffled it up. Keeping on with the English kind of china feel, hang on, I've got a bunch of stuff all stacked up here. I picked up this plate. I got this fairly early on in April. I loved it. In fact, I used this last night to take my Samhain cookies. I made these really cool coffin cookies to take for our supper. They didn't quite turn out as Pinterest. They're not Pinterest worthy. They didn't quite look like the picture that I got my inspiration from Pinterest, but they were pretty good, and they all got eaten. So I'm thinking that they you know, everyone said that they tasted really nice. So anyway, I used this plate to take them on last night. It is called Apple Harvest by Johnson Brothers. Again, English china, and this was really cheap. I think I paid like $4 or something for it. But I love serving plates like this. Now, we're a little bit old-fashioned and a little bit, I was going to say posh in this house, but we're not posh at all. We like having supper every night. You know, you have your dinner and then you clean up, and sort of around 8:30, 9ish, we like to have sort of cheese and crackers or things like that, or some home baking. And I just like to make a little bit of a ritual out of it. And I like to serve things up on, you know, on nice little plates and nice cups and things like that. It just reminds me of my grandmother. So, yeah, I thought this was gorgeous. And entirely appropriate for this time of the year. But isn't that lovely? So I was just thrilled to find that, because that's become one of my favourite items actually this month. Who remembers these? This has probably got, I don't know if you can see, but I've been using it, so it probably have like strands of my hair in it. I love dressing table trios of the mirror, the brush and the comb. They've been around for donkey's years. My grandmother had one, my mother's got one. And I've been looking for a really nice set. This was just the brush. They didn't have the comb or the mirror, so I'm going to keep an eye out for for those items. It doesn't matter if it doesn't match, but I absolutely love these old sets, and I have been looking for a really nice one for a while, because some of the ones that you see in op shops, they're all sort of stained and not looking, sort of a little bit tatty, but this is an absolutely beautiful condition. This is also made in England. It's got a little stamp in the brush. It's like brand new actually. It's in lovely condition. I think I paid about $15 for this, but that's fine. I just love it. Isn't it gorgeous? It's so feminine and just pretty, and it's lovely just sitting on a dressing table, and it's really good brush as well. Like, it's nice and gentle, and I use it every day. So yeah, that's gorgeous. Oh, I also picked up just a little bit of some vintage linen. I love vintage linen, embroidered pillowcases and doilies and things like that. So I picked these up. I need to launder these and wash them and iron them and starch them, but they will be used probably on my dressing table or somewhere. But I thought they were lovely with the little, they're a nice size too. Just interrupting myself, they are a nice size. They're not overly big, and they've got like a nice little pattern there. I don't know what that is actually. Tulips maybe? I don't know. With this sort of lace. Love it. Love vintage linen. I have been after a new wallet for quite some time. The wallet that I was using is very gothic, and it's lovely, but I just wanted something different. So picked this up. This was $5. It's my wedding photo. Yeah, just a wallet, but it's really good actually, because it's got lots of different sort of compartments to it. Like you can fit a lot into it. So yeah, I thought it was pretty, and it's in brand new condition. Like, I don't even know if it's been used, but I can't remember the brand of this either. But I did look it up online, and they have lots of really pretty things. And it's sort of like got a waterproofing on it. But yeah, this was just a couple of bucks, and I thought that was awesome. There's a bit of a theme going on, isn't there? Everything's sort of pink and floral. Oh, picked up this wee sign. I'm going to decorate this. It was entirely appropriate. When I saw this, I was like, oh, that's me to a T. Quite often my sister will ring and not get hold of me, and I'll talk to her later, and she'll be like, oh, I rang you and there wasn't anyone home, and I was like, oh, I was in the garden. So I'm going to paint this up and decorate it up a little bit, but it was just a bit of a funny thing, a bit of a private joke. Right, now I've got some books. I'll show you these before I take you outside and stuff and around other various places in the house. So I've already read this one. I really do enjoy Sophie Kinsella. I read quite a few of hers. If you're not into sort of chick flick books, then you wouldn't like this. I'm not hugely into sort of chick girl books, you know what I mean? Like, what's the terminology I'm looking for? I don't know. Like, you know, Nora Roberts writes a lot of sort of, you know, girly books. But they are a bit of light reading, and this one was actually quite funny. I buy these, I read them in a week, and then I pass them on to some of my elderly clients at work who enjoy books like this as well. So this is where this is going tomorrow. I'll take it to work and drop it off with one of my elderly ladies that I see at work. But yeah, I enjoyed this book. It was quite funny, and yeah, it'll get passed on, and then she'll pass it on to someone, and so on and so forth, and yeah, it'll get sort of shared around. But it was good. I enjoy Sophie Kinsella. Also picked up this little sorry, I thought that was my husband coming home. He's out with the classic car today. He's at a car show. This little cookbook. This was, what did I pay for this? 50 cents. This was originally $25. So this is all gluten-free, dairy-free, refined sugar-free. Now, I brought this because my sister and my niece both have got food allergies. They're not celiac, they're not allergic to dairy, but they're very intolerant to both. So I thought, well, it'd be nice just to have a little something that I can, you know, take out baked goods and things when we go out visiting, and when they come over for afternoon tea, morning tea and stuff, that they can actually eat without any fear of it upsetting their tummy, because that's not nice. It's got some lovely bits and pieces in here. Look at that chocolate caramel slice. Yeah, it's got some really lovely food in here. I love baking. I do a lot of baking. Mini lemon meringue tarts. Look at that. So that was what I brought that for. And I got a James Herriot book. Now, if you don't know anything about James Herriot, then I will briefly tell you. So there was a TV show way back when I was a kid called All Creatures Great and Small. And it was about a country vet in the Yorkshire Dales. It was set just after the Second World War. And he went by, in the series, he went by the name of James Herriot. And it's based on a real life vet who wrote memoirs. And he's got a lot of books. So it's based on his life in this Yorkshire vet clinic, and it's just the most beautiful series. It's actually on YouTube if you want to go and look at it, and you'll know the theme music. Like if you know All Creatures Great and Small, it has that beautiful theme music, and it's got the lovely pictures of the Yorkshire Dales and that. So his actual real name eludes me now, like it's just gone right out of my head, but so James Herriot is his pen name, but that's the name that they use for him in the series. It's beautiful. I've got another one of his books. They're lovely reading if you love animal stories. And James Herriot is his pen name, but as a man, as a vet, he was such an avid animal lover. And he just was the loveliest man. And I mean, I didn't obviously know him personally, but he just came across as being the loveliest man through his books. And this one's all about cats, and he's got several books out, so if you're into reading lovely true animal stories, then, and it's something that's a little bit sort of set back in a different time, then you will probably really enjoy James Herriot's books. This one's got beautiful artwork in it as well, and like, isn't that lovely? There's a particularly nice story, and it is in this book. Him and his wife sort of looked after these sort of wild cats, and there's a lovely sort of story about them and their sort of journey with taming them and things, and it's just lovely. But yeah, I haven't read all of this one yet, but yeah, it's just they're just lovely stories, you know. They're just stories that, you know, this takes you back to a different time and a different place, a different time when the world was just a bit nicer. Not easier, absolutely not easier, but just a nicer time. I mean, people actually had a bit of respect for each other. But yeah, so I was so thrilled to find this, because you very rarely see these in op shops. Look at that, isn't that lovely? It was given to someone as a gift. You very rarely see these books in op shops. You do tend to have to buy them, but you know, like from a bookstore, or order them in. But yeah, just lovely. This will be a book that I keep, and I love the fact that it's a nice hardcover. Look at that, isn't that lovely? Lovely condition. Alright, so I'm going to take you sort of around some other parts of the house and show you what else I have thrifted this month, and then we'll be all done. So come with me. So I did grab this framed picture the other day. I love dark floral art. I'm not awfully enamored with the frame as such, But the print inside I absolutely loved. I think that will look really nice if I can find a more antique-y frame, and sometimes I do find lovely old like oak frames and things, but I loved this artwork in here. I thought it was just absolutely gorgeous. So I have this in my room just above my Duchess, but I thought that was just gorgeous. So hopefully you can see, because the sun is shining. Let me just actually shut that curtain a little bit. So I'm in my conservatory. I picked up this absolutely gorgeous patchwork quilt for $5. I was thrilled with this. I love patchwork quilts. I would love to be able to actually make my own, but I think it's completely beyond me and my very limited sewing skills. But I loved the colours in it. It's so pretty and girly. I think maybe this might have been a cot quilt. It's about the right size for a cot quilt. It's sort of double layered. And it's the same on the other side. And I have this on the back of my little couch here in the conservatory. Just a little. I need to replace the curtains in here because they're a bit gross. But yeah, I loved it. It's in lovely condition. It's got so much hand stitching. There's been so much work that has gone into this, honestly. I love this lemon floral fabric. It's just gorgeous. So I have this on the back of the couch, and I also picked up these little cushions. They have horses on them. I mean, I couldn't leave them at the shop. I thought they were kind of vintagey and quite pretty. So yeah, so thrilled with that patchwork quilt. I thought that was just one of the best buys of the year so far. Oh, it's so lovely outside today. It's absolutely glorious. Got a massive trailer there of wood that's going out to my sister's place in a couple of hours. We had to unfortunately cut down a couple of trees that were over there. We had a couple of lovely ash trees. One of them we're keeping. The other one had completely ruined the fence, so it had to come out, unfortunately, and this is all going to be tidied up over here. But yeah, so we obviously didn't want to waste the wood, so hubby's done a massive job and cut it all up, and that's all going out to my sister's place because I'm very fortunate and have a lovely big log burner, which we don't have. But what I actually came out to show you was this cool thing that I picked up at the thrift shop. Now I'm going to be painting this. To zoom out. I am going to paint this. I haven't quite decided what colour. I'm thinking like a powder blue, perhaps. So it's metal. I love the little tree design up there. And I'm going to paint this up and tidy it up. And I'm going to have little terracotta pots with just little individual annuals in them, probably pansies or something for the winter when I get around to painting it. But I've literally just hung it up to show you. I think this was $25. Oh, it was $20. Yeah, so I haven't tidied it up or anything, and it will be perfectly fine because it's under the, well, it's on the garage and it's sort of under the eaves of the garage, so it won't get all yucky and damaged. But I thought like a nice sort of a powder blue, maybe a powder green, I don't know, something that's going to match with little terracotta pots. So that'll be a really nice addition when I get around to painting it for the gardens. So yeah, I thought that was a really cool find, and it's really solid as well. Like it's yeah, going to be brilliant. I love vertical pots and vertical hangers and things like that. So that is all my thrifted stuff. I'm pretty sure I have forgotten the odd thing, but I think that's the majority of it anyway. I do need to keep a bit more of an inventory about what I do buy during the month. But yeah, so that's it really. I don't think there's much point giving you a bit of a look around the garden. There's not a huge amount to see really. The only sort of new thing that we've done, look at these Look at these glorious pansies, would you? Oh God, aren't they lovely? I just love pansies at this time of the year. Got a few veggies going on. And over here, got lots of cabbages and bits and pieces. And I'll tell you what, my husband has grown the best carrots this year. Like, holy crap. I don't know if you can see, but down there, like big, beautiful carrots. Like, ugh, amazing. He's grown amazing carrots this year. The only sort of new thing that we've done really is under the apple tree. Hubby has dug a circle out under the apple tree here, and I've planted lots of bulbs in here. I still have a couple more that I want to put in. I want to put some snowdrops in, but I have got early cheer, which are a type of really highly fragrant daffodil. I've got tulips, I've got crocus in here as well, and I think come next spring it's going to look lovely. I've got my little fairy door on there too. Yeah, so that's about the only new thing in the garden. The rest of it's pretty stock standard. Oh, I will show you, just before I go, I have brought a new rose, and in fact I think my husband's going to be growing a climbing rose up on the side of the garage. We've got a rose wholesaler quite near home, and they're having a huge sale, getting rid of all their old stock to bring in their new stock. So they've got like heavily discounted roses. So I picked this absolute stunner up the other day. This is one of my favourites. This is called Strawberry Ice. Hopefully you're going to be able to see. It's absolutely beautiful. It's sort of two-toned, so it's got the white in the centre, and then it comes out in this beautiful sort of bright pink flush. There's also one called Raspberry Ice. I don't think it's as nice as this one. This one's Strawberry Ice, and it's so healthy as well. And look at the buds. It's just lovely in a vase too, and the flowers last quite a while. This one's been out for days and days. Not scented, but you can't have everything. Just, isn't it lovely? So I'm not entirely sure where she's going yet, but I'll find room somewhere. So that is my Thrifted Witch video for April. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one, and when I actually get some time to actually film videos, because right now time is at an absolute premium. Anyway, take care, look after yourself, and I'll catch you later. Bye.